Hi, this is my live audio production video for the outcome number 2, and I will be talking about how we set up a full-scale PA and how we use different alignment techniques. So here we are setting up the line array the way we determined it was best with ease focus. Just setting in the pins, making sure everything is on the right angle. Yeah. So yeah, this here we just can't really get the pin into the right hole. So yeah, so here you see how we put in the pins to make sure everything works all right. Everything is cabled up properly. The pin on the motor is working fine. So now we are as part of a team, lifting the speakers up, not forgetting that we have to add the measuring tape to make sure we put the system in the right height. So here we are slowly putting the speakers up, making sure that everything is alright, because if the chain gets tangled and we pull the speakers back down, the motor could break. So now that is the tape, with the tape to determine the height of the speakers, and now we only need to fasten it. So this is what it looks like with the speaker all the way up. Here again, the other sides, everything fixed nicely so that the cable load hold around the motor so it doesn't sit on the plugs. Here we are trying to align the system, so we're gonna use the technique where with pink noise. So here, for the moment, I'm just seeing if this technique is working. We're using an omnidirectional microphone to see the frequency spectrum and setting everything up. Here again, plugging in the microphone into the external sound card of the computer so we can see the frequency spectrum with Smart Live software that allows us to graphically measure the incoming sound of the microphone. So, now we favorite this technique because it is easier to achieve, because in my opinion this is the easiest technique to use. The only thing that is needing to do is to set the output EQ of the desk to be as flat as possible. So yeah, here everything's set up. As you see, it's not flat at all, so we have to do some work. Now, yeah, signals coming from the high frequency band. Everything on the desk works fine. Signal coming in. And here we try to use the other technique, which is comparing the output level of the desk with the input level from the microphone. So as you see, hooking up the desk with the Smart Live to allow us to compare the waves. Now here we are trying to get into the crossover units to select the frequency bands each speaker would work on, and to time align or phase align the different speakers. This is important because it allows us to cancel noise on stage or boost the signal for the public, which sometimes can be quite tricky. So we are using the software again, Smart, to establish. Well, so at least we tried. Now the computer is hooked up to the crossover, so we can actually work on it easily and get screenshots. But It didn't work. After a while, it broke down, so we tried to change the settings on the crossovers themselves. We have made presets previously for this event, so we just had to find the preset and select it. Yeah. So let's say again, everything is plugged in as it should be for the main PA. So here that's the right preset for the subs, which were the part we were trying to align with both techniques to determine which would be best for us. Yes. So here we are setting up some small side speakers. Two of them being on the high level of the venue. So we set the IOs on the desk and followed the line of cables all the way where it belonged. So these two top speakers were powered by the desk upstairs, which was already plugged in. The only thing we had to do is send signal to the inputs, and voila, sound was coming out of these two small speakers there. Yeah. And then for the other Yamaha speakers being all the way up top, which we plugged in as well, the signals was coming through fine, everything worked, but for some reason, after a while, one speaker didn't work at all, so we were trying to fault find the whole system for quite a long time to determine why one of the speakers was not working. So we followed the cable trail, we changed the inputs of the cable, we tried to see if it's a speaker that is broken, but nothing really helped, so we tried over patching signal over from the desk of different outputs. So here it is, was trying out which cable, if it's a cable that's broken with the speaker. But yeah, so here I'm trying to cut the wires to attach it back to the amp. So now that the speaker suddenly worked because there was one thing unplugged in the chain where we didn't check. Everything's working. Yes, so this is a few days before the event. So yes, always someone at the controls. So now this is the full system, working fine with regular music, still with smart open to measure just in case something might go wrong in the last minutes, which always happens. Signals are coming through everywhere, subs, as you see, working fine. You can't hear it, but on the original video it was very loud. So this is quite a regular curve for the music coming out of an iPod. Yes, here we see the sends to the matrix outputs of and the subs. Yeah. So here is the speakers working just a few hours before the event, so everything works fine. This is during a break. You see how everything is still working, and this is during the event where everything's in order. I hope this helped you understand what I was showing you in the video. So yes, it is teamwork of setting up a whole system, aligning the system as best we could, and making the system work for our performance.